Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of September 9th to the 15th. Your cards, Aquarius, we have an Oracle card, Council of Light. Past position here, we have the World clarified with the Page of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords with the Four of Wands, and we have the Chariot with the Death card. So I'm just going to start by reading out your Oracle card here, Aquarius, because this is really setting the tone for the reading. It looks like you're being strongly guided this week. So Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. The Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising of consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help you without your permission. If you would like their assistance, it's time to ask them. So, you're being guided at the moment, Aquarius. All you need to do is ask, and sometimes we need to kind of quieten our environment, our inner thoughts, and be less busy so we can actually sort of hear the guidance of our angels, God, Spirit, whatever you want to call it, coming through. And I can see here that you are going through a major ending and fresh new start and a sense of ending and moving on. So they had come in to help you move through this. So let's go to the cards, Aquarius. Even though we have, past, present and future energies here, I don't always read them like that. So I'm going to start here with the World and the Death card. So this is a major ending here, Aquarius. You can't really get too much more major than the Death and the World card in tarot. So let's start with the Death card. So the Death card comes in as an energy when there is something that you need to allow to let pass, to basically die, to end in your life. That's no longer serving your highest purpose. Sometimes death can come in to give that process a little nudge, or probably actually a little stronger than that, a push, because it could be something that you've held on to for too long, something that, a situation that you've sort of become stagnant in or feeling stuck. So this is general reading, guys. It will be different for all of you, but some examples of that could be a job that is no longer fulfilling for you, but you feel, you've either lacking the motivation or the energy to leave and find something else, or, you've got it kind of comfortable there, you like the people you work with, maybe the pay is good, but there's just not that sense of progression that you're seeking. Could be a relationship, and we all know why we stay in those past used by dates, because especially if you're living with someone, there could be a huge amount of upheaval that's required to end something. You might be financially committed together, and through separating that, it's going to impact your financial situation considerably. It can just be a cycle of life where you've sort of been stuck in the mundane, and you've become uninspired through that, and you haven't been sort of pushing yourself to learn new things, do new things, and you're kind of stuck in that cycle, and you might be becoming, let's say, even a little bit down and depressed with that. It's that kind of energy. So the Death card comes in to help you sweep away and to clear the slate so that you can move on to a much brighter, fresher new beginning. And the Death card, the Death is an energy. It tells you that through doing that, through going through this process, there's real growth and development on offer for you, real spiritual evolution as represented by the flag and the flower of alchemy here. Death is all about cycles, the cycle of Beth, sorry, maybe one of you is called Beth, death and rebirth, and that's one of the things that is inevitable in life. Like, nothing's forever, and we have to allow cycles to end when they're ready to, so that a fresh new cycle can begin. That's the key, because death gives us the promise of a brighter day on the horizon, a brighter dawn, if we can allow something that needs to end. And we need to be like the child here, look it directly in the eye and allow it to come in and do its work. Sometimes as adults, when we sort of sense that an ending might be near, we kind of be like this person here and look away from it, because we know that a certain amount of pain comes from ending something, even if we're the one that wants to initiate that ending, because we know that change can be difficult, change can bring hurt, change can bring pain. It just, it brings discomfort. And we know that, it does in some way add to our baggage if we don't release it. But we just really need to let this come in and do its work. Because it's time. The World card says strongly that this is the end of a karmic cycle or karmic contract for you. You've learned what you needed to learn from that situation, or you've completed it. You've done, helped a person, they've helped you, whatever it may be. The World card says that you've arrived. This is the ending of it. The World card is the last card of the tarot deck, and it says that what the magician set out to bring into the physical realm through intention has completed. And it talks about cycles again. It's, ruled by Saturn, this card, and you can see the dancer literally jumps through the hoop of life, leaving one karmic lesson or one cycle and jumping into her next one. So it's kind of like a sliding doors energy. It says that when we complete one cycle, we begin our next one seamlessly. And that's what's happening for you at the moment. These are not subtle energies. So I feel if this reading's for you, you'll know that you're going through this at the moment. But the World, it is a card of victory. It's a positive card. It says that, this has completed, and it's a great thing when something completes. But the lesson here is if you are hanging on to something, then we must surrender and allow the Death card to come in. And I think some of you are, and that's why we see the Death card in this reading. So we must surrender, let go, and allow these energies to do their work. Listen to the guidance, or ask for guidance if you're from your soul team, if you are finding that difficult. So where we'll go next, because I really strongly feel that you are ready to move on. The Chariot is that real card of forward movement. It's also a victory card. It, you can see this person here has this heavy, solid stone chariot, and he doesn't have reins to guide this thing. He just has a magician's wand. And look, the World, she has the wands as well. So it's really saying that, it's through your intention. It's the intentions you set. You're the one that rules your world, and you're the one that needs to, set intentions to move forward, to strongly be in alignment in your internal world, so that you have real clarity on what your next move is. The two sphinxes here that are, intended to guide the Chariot, they can represent opposing forces within us, maybe indecision, maybe not too sure which way to move on, maybe part of you saying, oh, I should stay in the past, the other side saying, no, it's time to move on. Really what we need to do is bring those forces into alignment, and once they're in alignment, that's when we will charge forth under the Chariot energy. The Chariot can also indicate travel, as does the World card. So some of you may actually be making a physical relocation, or there might be some step of travel along the way in order for you to resolve the situation. But I think, you're totally ready for this. The Page of Wands is somebody who wants to explore new territory, new terrain, who is ready to rediscover their inspiration, their passion, their purpose. It's the beginnings of that next move. And, you can see here the 3 Junes in the background. 3s are all about the beginnings of manifestation. So, this is about you stepping into your next journey and getting ready to, to basically set those intentions for what you want in your reality. And the Page of Wands is somebody who can find growth in even the most barren of environments. So even though, when we complete a situation, sometimes we find ourselves in the in-between space where it can feel like a little bit of a desert out there. We might be leaving a situation even though it was toxic. You had your partnership, you had your home life with that person, and all of a sudden you might find yourself living alone, or, actually, feeling lonely because there's just not that person around you anymore. Well, the Page of Wands is all about, rediscovering from that barren space and realizing that there's real growth to be had through that. And he holds that Ace of Wands. So this is about, the beginnings of new inspiration, new ideas coming through. But there might be a period where you sort of feel like you're a little bit in the desert, but we need to bring whatever opposing forces lie within us together, and that is the key for really charging forth across this desert and starting that strong new beginning that's waiting to come in for you. So yeah, Aquarius, here we go. Through doing that, through bringing opposing forces into balance, through letting cycles complete that are ready to, through surrendering, through accepting that we might need to go through the desert before we find that growth, through doing all of those things, through, that real progress in your life, it leads to you, really becoming, solid in your power here. This is definitely your card here, Aquarius, air sign energy here, somebody who is in their power, somebody who is clearly thinking, somebody who is, seeing clearly as well. Queen of Wands is an energy, is mature, compassionate. That's that queen energy. She's a ruler, she's one of the highest of the suit of swords. So she really rules the intellect. She has that clear vision to make her next strategic moves. And with that sword, another indicator of victory in this reading, Aquarius. You've got 3 indicators of victory. Feel like this is strongly the right move to move forward, and you really are going to, even if initially it feels uncomfortable, it's not going to be long before you sense that real feeling of victory. With that sword, she's able to cut herself free from situations and people that no longer serve her and set new boundaries in her life. And you'll also notice she wears the butterfly crown, and she has the butterflies on her throne as well. So she knows that by going through all this process, she is able to transform. It's transformative energy, and that's what death is as well. So you are really going to transform, you're going to evolve through this process. And when we transform and evolve and, mature on a spiritual level, what's on offer to us is real stability. So the Four of Wands for me is that card of stability. It talks about, 4 strong corners. We've got the 4 wands here, and when we're in a place of stability, that's when we can be in the position to set up a happy, healthy home with someone, to find a healthy relationship, to maybe even find that life partner and, get married, have the family that we've always wanted to have. It's that kind of energy. So you're going through a process of transformation to find your inner stability so that you can really head forth and achieve what it is you desire. The Four of Wands is also a card of reaching real milestones in your life, Aquarius. So whatever you're desiring through going through this process, that's what we're opening up our energy field to receive. There's also that element of synchronicity with the Four of Wands, with the 11-11 formation. So please look out for the signs from Spirit. If you happen to be somewhere and you see a number plate of a car and the combination means something to you, or you hear a song lyric or something, there will be messages in that for you this week, because your council of light, your spirit helpers, your guides are trying to reach you, and they are trying to guide you through this situation and lead you to this reality. Beautiful reading, Aquarius. It's pretty powerful stuff. Huge endings, strong new beginnings that are waiting to come in for you. The promise of real stability and security and real achievement and success, and allow your guides to help you through this process. So Aquarius, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please do comment on it and let me know how it unfolds in your daily life. I'd love to hear. And keep in mind, it's a general reading, won't resonate for all of you. It will for those it's meant to. And I'll see you back here for another reading next week.